What happens when one idol, in 1 second, with one sentence, can change everything? We're not talking about music charts. We're not talking about sold-out concerts, but about fried chicken. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel SKZ K-Pop News, where we dive deep into all the hot and viral news from the world of K-pop and pop culture. Today, we're not discussing a comeback. We're not discussing fashion, but we're discussing a phenomenon that will make your jaw drop. A phenomenon that proves one thing: an idol's power doesn't stop at the stage. Their power can move markets, shift trends, and make all of us drool. That's right, you heard correctly. We're talking about how Felix from Stray Kids indirectly became the fastest-selling fried chicken engine in South Korea. It's crazy, it's chaotic, and it's 100% real. So get ready, because this story is packed with surprises, viral screenshots, and, of course, tangible proof of the chilling Felix Effect. Don't go anywhere, because this first episode will take you back to the very beginning. Let's go. Picture this. Last September, the air might have been getting chilly, but the Korean food scene was heating up. BBQ, one of Korea's fried chicken giants, confidently launched its new contender, Punchiking, the Snow Lamp King. It had a cute character, a catchy name, and its taste, wow, it had to be promising. And as it turned out, it delivered big time, guys. Punchiking absolutely slayed from day one. Imagine, on weekdays alone, 10,000 units sold out. On weekends, double, 20,000 units. That's in a single day. And not just for a day or two, but consistently. The cumulative total? In just 1 month, Punchiking sales smashed through 400,000 units. That's a crazy number. It's like a rookie group debuting and immediately charting on Billboard. Punchiking was the it boy of the fried chicken world at that moment. Everyone thought, this is it, BBQ's champion for the year. All media focus, all conversations were about Punchiking. But behind this dazzling success, there was a veteran, a forgotten hero sitting quietly on the menu, waiting for its turn to shine again. It was the crunchy butter chicken. First launched in March 2022, almost 2 years ago. Its savory butter flavor, perfected with the spicy red chak-chak seasoning, was initially aimed at lovers of rich and spicy tastes. But, like many things in fast-changing industries, attention slowly drifted away. It was like that incredibly good B-side track that just couldn't outshine the title track. Until, one sunny day, fate decided to intervene. And that fate was named X. This platform, formerly known as Twitter, has truly become the birthplace of all phenomena. From idol fan cams to dance challenges, everything can start here. And amidst the bustling timeline, one user, perhaps a stay, perhaps just a regular foodie, shared a simple yet powerful question. They posted, possibly with a mix of wonder and curiosity, "Why did no one tell me there's a chicken better than Punchiking?" Just imagine. In the middle of the Punchiking hype train, a bold statement appears, a challenge. It's like someone saying, this B-side track is better than the title track. It definitely makes you curious, right? And the impact? Immense. That simple post didn't just go viral. It went mega viral, guys. 6 million views. 6 million. That's like the views on a Felix fan cam when he hits his killing part in Maniac. And that's not all. The post was retweeted 6,000 times. The comment section became a playground for netizens' expressions. The comments were so diverse. Some asked, "What chicken is this? It looks visually appealing." Yeah, even chicken can have good visuals, right? Others were immediately excited. "I have to try this tomorrow." But among all those bustling comments, there was one comment that rose to the top, becoming the top comment. And this comment was the turning point. The comment read, "This chicken is famous for being Felix from Stray Kids' favorite chicken." And boom, everything changed. Felix's name was mentioned. Felix, the sunshine with a deep, comforting bass voice, the main dancer with razor-sharp moves, and apparently an immaculate fried chicken taste. That mention wasn't just a piece of information. It was a credibility certificate of the highest order. Imagine you stays out there. If you knew your bias, your Ulta bias, recommended anything, you'd get curious, right? You'd want to try it, right? It feels like getting a spoiler directly from the source, from the king himself. In an instant, the curiosity already sparked by the viral tweet found its direction. The focus shifted from just a chicken that's supposedly tasty to Felix's favorite chicken. This was no longer about comparing taste with Punch-a-King. This was about directly experiencing what made Lee Young-book himself fall in love. The proof? Data never lies, guys. After the tweet and the comment about Felix spread like wildfire, the daily sales of crunchy butter chicken, get ready for this, surged by more than 10-fold. From what was probably a modest number, it suddenly went skyrocketing. This is like a song from an indie group suddenly being streamed by millions because BTS mentioned it. The power of Felix and the Stay community is very real. This is a moment where fandom power and digital influence collide in the most delicious form possible. Literally. This surge was no coincidence. It's a perfect case study of the Felix effect. One mention, one association can drive massive interest and sales conversion. Felix's branding as a warm, fun, and tasteful person seemingly transferred to the product itself. People weren't just buying chicken, they were buying an experience. The experience of tasting what their favorite idol tastes. BBQ, which might have initially been heavily focused on promoting Punch-a-King, immediately recognized this new wave. They saw a sudden, explosive demand for their older product. And they didn't just sit still, they had to act fast. So on one hand, you have Punch-a-King, the phenomenally successful newbie. On the other, you have crunchy butter chicken, the veteran resurrected from early retirement by the power of one tweet and one name, Felix. The challenge for BBQ began. How would they handle this viral phenomenon? How would they meet the suddenly spiking demand? Would they just stand by? Of course not. BBQ had a brilliantly clever strategic move, a promotion that made it even harder for anyone to resist ordering. What was it? What was their next step to fully capitalize on this Felix effect momentum? Don't miss out. In the next episode, we'll break down BBQ's brilliant promotional strategy and how all of this ultimately cemented their position in the competitive landscape of Korean seasoned chicken. Trust me, you'll be even more amazed. In the meantime, I really want to hear from you guys. You stays out there. Have you tried the crunchy butter chicken after hearing it's Felix's favorite? Or for other K-pop fans, have you ever tried a food or product because your idol recommended it? Share your stories in the comments below. Tell us about your experiences. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next discussion, because this story is still long and incredibly exciting.
Everyone! So, we left off with a social media storm and a chicken brand in the hot seat. Felix's name had just supercharged sales of the crunchy butter chicken, creating a demand tsunami that nobody saw coming. The question on everyone's mind was, what does a company do when a single menu item goes viral overnight? Do they panic? Or do they see it as the golden opportunity of a lifetime? In this episode, we're diving deep into BBQ's brilliant counterattack. We're talking about strategic promotions, marketing genius, and how they turned a viral moment into a solidified victory, making sure no customer was left behind. Buckle up, because this is where business gets smart. Picture the scene at BBQ headquarters. The charts are going crazy. The phones are ringing off the hook. It's not about Punch-a-King anymore. It's all about that buttery, crunchy veteran. This wasn't just a small spike. This was a 10-fold explosion. They had a phenomenon on their hands, powered by the one and only Felix. And in the world of business, when you have a phenomenon, you don't just watch it, you fuel it. But how? They could have just done nothing. Let the sales roll in. But that's not what legends are made of. BBQ decided to strike while the iron was scorching hot. They launched a promotion so clever, so enticing, it was almost impossible to refuse. It wasn't just about selling more of the crunchy butter chicken. It was about enhancing the entire customer experience and introducing them to another member of their chicken lineup. So, what was this masterstroke? Drum roll, please. BBQ announced that for a limited time, customers who ordered the now famous Crunchy Butter Chicken, or its sibling, the Crunchy Butter Chicken, through their app or website would receive a free half portion of the golden olive chicken with pineapple mayo dip. Let that sink in. A free half portion. This was a stroke of pure marketing genius, and let me tell you why. First, this move was a thank you to the customers. It acknowledged the hype and rewarded the fans, the stays, the curious foodies, everyone who was rushing to try the Felix chicken. It built immediate goodwill and made people feel valued, not just like a sales number. Second, and this is the really smart part, it was a cross-promotional masterpiece. While everyone was coming for the crunchy butter chicken, BBQ saw a chance to showcase another one of their stars. The golden olive chicken isn't just some random side dish, it's a premium item. By giving it away for free, they were essentially giving customers a free trial. They were saying, hey, you love this one? Wait until you try this. It's like when your favorite K-pop group releases a repackaged album with a new title track. You bought the album for the original songs, but you get this incredible new B-side that instantly becomes your new favorite. That's what BBQ was doing. They were giving fans a new B-side to obsess over. And the pineapple mayo dip, that's the catchy dance point that makes the whole performance memorable. It's an unexpected combination that just works. This promotion wasn't a desperate move. It was a confident, strategic play to increase the average order value and customer loyalty. They were not just satisfying a temporary craving, they were building long-term fans for their entire brand. Third, by pushing orders through the app and website, they were streamlining operations. Imagine the chaos if everyone just flooded the physical stores. This helped manage the insane demand efficiently, reducing wait times and ensuring a better customer experience. It also boosted their digital platform engagement, a crucial metric for any modern business. But let's give a proper introduction to the co-star of this promotion, the golden olive chicken. This isn't your average fried chicken. This is chicken that's been marinated with olive oil and then fried to perfection, offering a different kind of crunch and a more refined, savory flavor profile. Paired with the pineapple mayo dip, it's a flavor combination that screams sophistication. By pairing the rich, buttery, and slightly spicy Felix chicken with the lighter, savory olive flavor of the golden olive chicken, BBQ was offering a complete and balanced meal experience. It was a culinary duo, a perfect pairing, like main vocal and main dancer, each brilliant on their own, but unstoppable together. This promotion successfully diverted some of the overwhelming focus from the crunchy butter chicken, distributing the demand across more menu items. It prevented operational burnout and introduced viral customers to the wider world of BBQ's menu. They came for Felix, but they stayed for the quality and variety. This entire phenomenon, the viral tweet, the Felix Effect, and now this smart promotional response did one more crucial thing. It firmly reestablished BBQ's brand identity as the center for seasoned chicken in Korea. While other chains might be known for their classic fried or soy-marinated chicken, BBQ was now boldly claiming their territory. They were saying, look at what we can do. Our seasoned chicken is so good, it can break the internet with a little help from an idol. It wasn't just about selling one item. It was about defining their place in a competitive market. The Felix chicken became a symbol, a testament to the quality of their recipes. If this one, which had been on the menu for 2 years, was this good, imagine what their other seasoned chickens were like. The promotion acted as a gateway, inviting customers to explore their entire universe of flavors. So the result? BBQ didn't just survive the viral storm, they mastered it. They rode the wave of the Felix effect with grace and intelligence, using it to strengthen their brand, reward their customers, and potentially gain new regulars. The crunchy butter chicken was no longer a forgotten B-side. It was a certified platinum hit, and the golden olive chicken got its well-deserved spotlight. But the story doesn't end here. What does this entire event tell us about the modern world, about the power of fandom, about the relationship between celebrities and consumer culture? In our next episode, we're going meta. We'll deconstruct the Felix Effect itself. We'll analyze how this isn't just a one-off lucky break, but a powerful case study in influencer marketing. How does an idol's endorsement, even an indirect one, hold so much power? And how does this compare to other idols who have moved markets with a single mention? We're going to explore the science and psychology behind fandom power. You won't want to miss it. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think of BBQ's promotional strategy? Was it a genius move? If you were in charge of marketing, what would you have done differently? And for the stays, how does it feel to see Felix having this much real-world impact? Let's get a discussion going in the comments below. If you're enjoying this deep dive, please show your support, smash that like button, subscribe for more content that blends K-pop and culture, and ring the notification bell.
Stays. In our last episode, we saw how BBQ brilliantly capitalized on the viral craze with a strategic promotion. But today, we're going deeper. We're shifting our focus from the chicken itself to the incredible force that brought it back from the brink, the power of an idol. We're dissecting, analyzing, and understanding the very fabric of the Felix Effect. This isn't just a fun story anymore. It's a masterclass in modern influence. How does a single, indirect mention from one person translate into a multi-million won sales surge? It feels like magic, but there's a fascinating science behind it. Let's pull back the curtain. First, let's talk about the foundation of this entire phenomenon: trust. In a world saturated with paid advertisements and sponsored content, authenticity is the most valuable currency. When an idol's genuine preference is revealed, not in a scripted ad, but through an organic fan discovery, it carries a weight that no traditional marketing can buy. Fans don't see this as a corporate message, they see it as a shared secret, a genuine piece of their idol's personality. Felix didn't tell us to buy this chicken. A fan found out he loves it, and that made all the difference. It's a recommendation from a trusted friend, amplified on a global scale. This creates a powerful psychological trigger called social proof. We're wired to follow the choices of people we admire and trust. If Felix, with his impeccable style and taste, approves of this chicken, then it must be an experience worth having. But trust alone isn't enough. The catalyst was without a doubt the digital pulpit of X. This platform is the modern-day Agora, a town square where trends are born and die in hours. The original tweet was the spark, a perfect, relatable question that challenged the status quo. But the comment about Felix was the gasoline. It gave the viral spark a direction and a powerful, emotional hook. This highlights a crucial shift in how influence works today. It's not just top-down from celebrity to fan, it's a collaborative ecosystem. It starts with the fan's discovery, is amplified by the community through likes and retweets, and is validated by other fans sharing confirming evidence or their own experiences. The idol is at the center, but the fandom is the engine that powers the phenomenon. Stays didn't just see the tweet, they became active participants in making the crunchy butter chicken famous, sharing their own purchases and reviews, thus creating a snowball effect. Now, let's put the Felix effect into a wider context. Is this unique? Absolutely not. This is part of a long and storied tradition in K-pop and beyond. We've seen this power time and again. Remember when BTS's V merely mentioned he was reading a particular book, The Little Prince? It instantly became a bestseller, selling out across the country. That's the BTS effect. Or consider the IU effect, where simply wearing a piece of clothing or using a product can cause it to vanish from shelves in minutes.
These instances prove that an idol's influence is a tangible, market-moving force. What makes Felix's case so interesting is that it resurrected a product that wasn't new. It wasn't a launch, it was a revival. It demonstrated that this power isn't just about launching new things, but about breathing new life into existing ones. The Felix Effect is a powerful convergence of factors: the authentic, trusted voice of the idol, the lightning-fast, community-driven amplification of social media, and the passionate, action-oriented nature of a dedicated fandom. It's a perfect storm of authenticity, digital power, and fan love. So, what does this mean for the future? We're moving further away from an era of blunt advertising and into an age of organic, influencer-driven discovery. Brands are now keenly aware that a genuine nod from the right person can be worth more than a multi-billion won ad campaign. The lesson is clear: authenticity reigns supreme. But this also raises bigger questions. Where do we draw the line? How much power should an idol's casual preference hold over consumer markets? And what is the responsibility of the fandom in wielding this collective economic power? This brings us to our final thrilling chapter. In episode 4, we will explore the aftermath and the bigger picture. How did this event change BBQ's long-term strategy? How did the media react? And what does this phenomenon tell us about the evolving relationship between K-pop, fandom culture, and the global economy? We're going to look at the legacy of the Felix chicken and what it means for the future of celebrity and commerce. You do not want to miss the conclusion. But before that, I want to hear from you. What's the most powerful idol effect you've ever witnessed? Was this chicken saga or something else? Do you think this kind of influence is a positive force? Let's get a deep and respectful discussion going in the comments. I read every single one. If you're loving this series, please help us grow. Liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell is the best way to support us and ensure you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay curious, stay awesome, and until next time, annyeong!